Hey guys, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and in case you didn't notice, I actually changed the way this video is filmed. I only actually have done this before with, like, well, when I do a double review, actually, now that I think about it. Also, I would like to get this out of the way. There are no spoilers for Bad Batch Season 2 in this video. Speaking of Bad Batch Season 2, why is everyone overlooking it? I understand that The Mandalorian Season 3 is out too, but Bad Batch Season 2 is also a good season. I don't think it's as good as Season 1, but it's also a season of a good show. And everyone's just overlooking it for The Mandalorian, and I understand if you like The Mandalorian. It's an amazing show, but Bad Batch is also a great show, so why are people just acting like Bad Batch Season 2 isn't even happening? Anyway, let's get into the review of this figure, and for today's video, I'm reviewing Omega of Clone Force 99. Hang on, wait. Second to last member to have gotten a Black Series, because Omega is number 10 and Echo is number 11. Yes, that means Echo didn't even get a figure until after Omega. With this figure, I only actually have one problem. Well, actually two problems, but yeah, only two problems. And let's just start with the accessories. With Omega, they gave her Ruby, her bow, and a gas mask. These are some great accessories, and like I said with the Queel video, how they make figures accurate sizes. Even though Black Series are meant to be 6 inches, Omega is not 6 inches and is accurate size to the other figures, which is something I really like about Black Series. Anyway, and also with some figures, they will do this thing where they find it where if they just stuff it full of accessories, they think it justifies the price being more. With Omega, it doesn't feel like that. With her, it just feels like they felt like throwing in accessories because all they really needed was the bow, but instead they threw in Ruby, which was an amazing inclusion, and the mask, which wasn't really necessary, but is still a great inclusion. Now, onto the figure. This figure has amazing detail. They got so much great, and hang on, I'm going to take the bow out for a minute. Okay, so they have so much great detail. They got the face right. It looks like, hang on. What I've said with Wrecker and Crosshair is how they'll take the animated characters and try to make them look like they're live action for their figures. But with Omega, it doesn't actually look like that. It looks like they just made it a little different, but still accurate. Now on to the bow. This is actually one of my problems. Now, they actually do have a feature where you can make her bow like it is in the show, where it's not in the form as it is right now. But it is a lot of work, and it's very easy to lose some of these pieces because they're very small. Now, the problem I have with the bow is that it is very hard to get it to actually stay in her hands and look like she's holding it. See, it's a very hard thing to get it to actually stay. So that's my one problem with the figure. And then my only other problem is, if you look, they gave her her headpiece that she had in Season 1. Now that is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because she only actually wore that for the first 2 episodes of Bad Batch. So the figure has the thing that she stopped wearing after the first 2 episodes. That's the problem. I actually think it's a great inclusion, and I don't think there would have been a way for them to include it without. Like, they could have made a whole separate thing that's removable, but I don't think that would have been good, and it would have probably just not worked well. So I'm actually fine with this. I just think it's a little weird, like if you have your Omega on display, and she's wearing the thing that she only had in the first 2 episodes, yet she has her bow, which she doesn't get until after the first 2 episodes. So there's that, and then the bow. Other than that, a really great figure with some amazing accessories. Now on to the box. I'm going to hold it sideways for this. The box is very good. It's got a good picture, and it includes Ruby in it too. Something that's rare, where if it comes with an accessory, it often doesn't include them. For example, Cal, the Gaming Greats version, doesn't include BD1 in his image on this. But with Omega, they actually threw in Ruby and her bow, which is a nice inclusion. Also, Omega doesn't stand up that good when she is holding her bow, is just another thing I've noticed. Oh well, dang it. But other than that, this figure is very good. I do like it, and I highly recommend if you are getting the whole Bad Batch squad. Up next, I have Hunter, and that should wrap up my whole Bad Batch wave. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off. Oh, wait. As a grade, I think this figure is an 8.5 because, well, I've already listed the problems. Also, the figure doesn't stand up that well if you have the bow in her hand, so there's that. But anyway, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off.